Hi, today we're going to get started into learning more about competencies, what they are, and how to create them. In this video, I'm just going to show something very basic, how to create a new competency, delete it, and move it around the structure. So with some editing. So if we go to, we're logged into our learning management system, Brightspace, and I have a faux class set up. So I'm going to go access that now. So I'm going to go to the Competencies tool. So edit course and then Competencies. And then here's some competencies I already have set up. I can expand these and I can see objectives that I've set up as children under these parent competencies. And then also I have examples of more advanced structures where I have competencies as children under other competencies. I have objectives as children under competencies, and even additional objectives as children under parent objectives under competencies. So your structure can overlap and get as elaborate as you want. But if we collapse this, there. So if I want to create a new competency, I just go to New, and then Competency, and I give it a title and a brief description. You want to keep your competency descriptions a little more generalized. Your objective ones should have some kind of verb that reflects a level of Bloom's taxonomy, something measurable. But the competency descriptions, they can be more broad, attainable goals. So written reflection, student when necessary. So I can change and refine this as needed later, but that's good enough for right now. So I'm just going to copy that. Then we have some settings down here. Draft, this means we can make revisions to this competency. Once we approve it, it would go live to users, so students would be able to see that. It says a competency with the status of approved is used to evaluate users and cannot be edited. And then additional identifier, this is where we would put any content standards we want to attach to this competency. So if I want to copy a content standard in there, I just paste it right there. Let me copy this again. And then we click here to make this competency in children available to users, our students. But I'm not going to do that right now. And then you check here if you want, if you do make any revisions to this, checking this box will allow reevaluations of students who have already achieved this competency. So if you change it, now they might no longer have achieved it and it'll reevaluate them. So you'll have to decide whether you want to check that or not later. So anyway, if we save, we can see we have a new competency here. If we want to delete that, it's easy enough to delete them. We just go to more actions and we can copy structures or delete them. So if we go to delete, and then we find the one written reflection we just did, delete selected, and now it's gone. Another thing we can do is if I put that back really quick. And then I paste my description back and I save it. And I see it again here. Another thing I can do is move this. So say I want to nestle it under my personal expression competency, which is kind of a studio project requirement. Underneath that I have a competency called studio creation, which would be the thing that the students would make to express themselves. And then written reflection would fit nicely under this competency with studio creation, because I always have my students create a project, and part of creating a project is writing a written reflection about it. So I want to move those together. So what I can do is I can go to this personal expression tab and click on structure and edit structure. And from here, I could create a new competency by clicking here and just typing the whole thing over again like we did originally. So if my written reflection one didn't exist already, I could just add it that way. Or I can take an existing competency, this one here, put a check mark on it, say add selected. Now if I go back to competency home, well, if I scroll down here, you can see studio creation and written reflection are now under my competency structure for personal expression. So if I go to home, I should be able to see that. So now you see the written reflection competency is gone. But if I expand personal expression, now I have my studio creation competency and my written reflection one, both where I want them. Under studio creation, I have a bunch of objectives that need to be met before this competency is earned. So I can minimize that. Now, under written reflection, I want to add some objectives too, but we're going to look at how to do that in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to add new competencies, delete them, and a bit about how to move them around your structure. Thank you for watching, and I hope it made your life a little easier.